This Burna from SMS, you rockin' with Smack Light TV. You can follow me on everything at Burna SMS, so that's at BURNA_SMS. You know, and follow the Sacrifice Mills shit too, you know, at Sacrifice Mills, and that's MEALS, so you know, not MILLS. So Sacrifice Mills at Burna_SMS. Fuck with me. And make sure you follow Smack Life. Always give me that exclusive content from the DMV and beyond. You know, niggas about to make moves and shit.
Alright, so what you do, bro?
Shit, bro, just make music and stay out the way, bro. Mind my motherfucking business, you know.
Yeah.
Just be chilling, bro.
Alright. I see that SMS. What SMS stand for, bro?
SMS, man, Sacrifice Mill Society. You know, SMS started originally back in we came up with the name like 2010. You know, it fully came into fruition around 2012.
Okay.
I'm to the point where it's like, I just be telling people, like, you know, asking them what it mean to them. I don't be necessarily explaining, but, you know, for camera purposes, Smack Light TV.
Yeah,
Addition, you know, I'ma still get into it, you know. It's just like Sacrifice Mills, you know, like the first and original slogan I used to came up with was like, you know, everybody want to eat, but nobody want to sacrifice.
Yeah.
So, you know, like the meals was like more so like food for thought. You know what I'm saying? Because we, you know, dropping these jewels and shit. So it's just like, it's still like kind of whatever mean to you, but to me it's just like, you know, you're willing to put some shit to the side just to, you know, get to where you ultimately want to be.
Right.
And, you know, society was just like, it represented more than just me and the people that was around me.
Right.
You know, we ain't want to come up with records or productions and none of that shit because it just automatically limited us. Like, you know, we was just musicians or we was just that. And it was like, I knew from get-go, it was like, we much more than that. You know what I'm saying? Now, like, over time, we got people that's coaches, we got, you know, people that's just, you know, everybody just doing their own shit just in life, you know, like, just, it's just, you know, everybody elevated and shit, like, as far as the people that used to be around, a lot of them don't rap no more, but,
right.
You know, it's still with them to this day.
So how you get started with the music?
Shit, I mean, I was honestly kind of like born around it because my dad DJ, he still be DJing to this day.
Oh, that's a high.
You know, shout out my pops and shit. I fell off for a while, whatever, and you know, like, I guess, you know, just growing up, I just started doing other shit, got into basketball real heavy, and then I don't know, I guess around like when I was like 15, I just started writing again. My man told me I just need to start recording it.
Yeah.
Got a little dumbass little video game headset I used to record on and shit.
Yeah.
Like 15, 16, then everything just kind of went from there, man. I liked that shit. I went to school at the time, Savannah State University. I went down there, I seen everybody had their own little interfaces and mics. Yeah. And I was like, oh, nah, I'm gonna go home and get that shit too. You know, stop recording off this dumbass headset.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Did that shit, came home, and I was like, I wanna learn some more. Went to like a little engineer program, and that was 2010, and came up with the name, and just been on ever since, man.
Yeah.
About 10 years in, you know, we in the air, everybody wanna lie, like, you know, oh, and I only been doing this shit 6 months. Like, I ain't on, but I'm still 10 years in. I could probably say that shit. I got a lot of knowledge through the years, a lot of ups and downs, learn from the mistakes.
What you pushing right now as far as content?
Well, content, I'm assuming by the time, you know, this come out, hit the world, I'm gonna have my Forever Since EP out. And then we got the Sadaka EP, the SMS collab between me, Matula, and Don Mac. Shout out my folks. But yeah, you know, my last actual release was a year ago, last July, Sun, Moon, and Stars EP. Before that, I was on a rampage. I put out like 8 projects in like a whole year for real. So I ain't necessarily want to take the break, but I think it was necessary. I took the break because, you know, it kind of realigned me, got me back focused. So that's my next joint I got from Ever Since coming out June 29th of this year, 2020. So if you watching this interview after this date, go check all streaming services, link in my bio. You know, I know Smack Life gonna plug me in where you can follow me at and shit.
You already.
Yeah, that's it. And then the Sadaka EP, which is you know, That stand for sacrifice in Swahili. So that joint come out the 23rd, a week before my shit.
Okay.
So yeah, man, this June, you know, just looking to come back and then just kind of go back from there. Get back on that same consistency. Maybe not 8 in a year, but
right.
But you know, definitely just trying to stay consistent, cause you know, you just never know. Like me just doing like the more underground type hip hop. I don't think we judged on singles.
Right.
You know, we don't make party type records and shit. So it's like it's about the projects, you know, and just keep getting these projects out. As long as you know the message there and the beat straight, we good. You know what I mean?
Where you from, bro?
Anne Arundel County.
Oh, nah.
I mean, I could easily say Severn, but you know, like especially into my adult life, I lived so many places in Anne Arundel County. You know, I lived in Glen Burnie, lived in Brooklyn, Severn, Odenton, everywhere, man. Spent a lot of time in Seven Oaks when I was growing up, Spring Meadows, and like I said, man, just as an adult, I spent most of my adulthood out Glen Burnie and Brooklyn now. Shit kind of get expensive to still live out there when you get old and shit. Like, niggas can't do what their parents was doing and shit.
Yeah, no question. And that area, like, that's like between, like, DC, PG, and Baltimore?
I mean, not really PG. Certain parts of Anne Arundel County could reach that far. Because, like for example, it's a part in Laurel where it's, like, split in 3. You got Howard County, you got PG County, and you got Anne Arundel County. Okay. But that's more so, like, Laurel, and even right there, like, you know, not far from where we at right now. We in Watkins. You got, like, Bowie and Crofton.
Yeah.
But where we at, where we grew up at, it's more so, like, in between Annapolis and Baltimore.
Okay.
But real close to Baltimore more than anything and shit. Especially in Glen Burnie, you talking like 10, 15 minutes without no traffic to get downtown.
Oh, alright.
You know, on a normal day, pre-quarantine and all that shit, probably 25 minutes sometime and shit, the traffic, rush hour. Yeah, it's real close to Baltimore.
Alright.
You know, a lot of people try to make us feel like we from Baltimore. We just try to tell them where we from, and they say we sound like Baltimore niggas. I'll be like, bro, we don't. Like, if you really just kicked it out Baltimore, yo, we not Baltimore niggas, yo. Like, we don't sound nothing like them, but you know, when you go out of state and shit, they don't know no better, bro.
Right.
Sitting there trying to explain little cities like Glen Burnie and Severn. They just like, whatever, y'all niggas from Baltimore.
Yeah.
That shit just, I mean, niggas out here in PG, DC do that shit too.
Yeah.
So it's like, it is what it is, bro. I know where I'm from.
Right. Nah, it's just the accents. Like, people be like PG niggas from DC. You know what I'm saying?
And like,
cause it's just the accent of the area in which, cause if you say you from Maryland, a lot of times niggas be like, oh, you from Baltimore.
Yeah.
Like, cause that's the only thing they know in Maryland. Like, I'm not from Baltimore. You with me?
I mean, but when I was living in DC, I know like niggas would be like, yo, y'all niggas from Maryland. I'd be like, yo, them niggas is from 5 minutes away.
The border be right there. You know
the border right there. Niggas be from Forest Creek. They'd be like, yo, oh, Maryland niggas. I'd be like, damn, yo. Calling niggas measies and shit. I was like, that shit crazy, yo. Like, shit right there.
So as far as the people that are involved in the SMS that still do music, like, are you working with them right now?
Yeah. That's the Sadaka EP I was just talking about. So, you know, shout out to Matula and shout out to Don Mac. Matula also just dropped that Forsaken EP, so make sure y'all go check that out. You know what I'm saying? You can just visit the SMS Bandcamp or the SMS IG, all that shit will link you into what we doing. But yeah, they all make music, you know. I feel like we all 3 different artists, but you know, we can come together. Not like 3 different artists, like we just 3 different people, but we all do the same shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you really listen to our projects, you wouldn't even know we knew each other. Half the times we not even featured on each other's projects. You know what I mean? But we still involved, you know, they're the whole process. Listen to them shits get mixed, you know. Trying to help each other with track listing or just posting and shit. So we definitely all tied in with each other when it comes to dropping and just really getting that shit out there.
Y'all came together off the music, or y'all just was locked in from like being around each other, period?
Yeah, I mean, Matula, I definitely, I grew up with him. I pretty much knew that nigga my whole life. Like, probably not my whole life, but really
long
like
enough, you feel
me? Yeah, like
since you could remember type stuff.
90-something, nigga, you know what I mean? So, yeah, when he came home and shit, you know, we kind of just eventually locked in and, you know, just became official. Like, SMS was already doing what it was.
Right.
Everybody else, I kind of just came, like the original members, I kind of came through, you know, through music, you know. Shout out my man Marley in particular, he held down the fort for the longest, you know, even when I was just mainly on some engineer shit.
Right.
And same with Don Mac, you know what I'm saying? We got way closer through the music, but I just knew Don Mac from the neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? Just being around and shit. That's what it was back at our high school days. Niggas was outside all the time and shit.
Right.
Now that's the only place you gonna see niggas outside these days and shit, at a motherfucking park.
First we're gonna talk about the COVID situation. All right, how you feel about that and how it's been affecting what's going on with us, the world, really?
Well, I think it's something bigger than what we all can't even understand. You know what I'm saying? To this day, like I never was like the conspiracy, like I would say like this shit like a flu, but when I was saying that shit, it wasn't like I was saying it like how most people were saying. I was just saying like all of that shit danger. You think about it, you know what I mean? People get the flu and pneumonia
and die from that.
And still go back to work, still don't wash their hands. It's like all that shit was a trembling effect of how we got to where we at now. We just been had a hygiene problem in this damn world. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's when I was like, you know. That's why I was comparing it to, because you know what I mean, niggas that had just regular sicknesses that should have sat their ass home, and, you know, they just would still go to work. Understand, you know, they got bills, and that's just the way how the society is. So it's like, I never been too caught up into it, what the media said. I don't really watch TV. I don't even know why I say really, because I don't watch TV and shit. You know, but social media still got a lot of information out there. I think it's, you know, when you start hearing shit like that and you push, it's like you kind of like, I got like a little 10% rule. It's like, it's got to be at least 10% truth in that shit. So it's like, I think it's something deadly out there floating around. I try to be safe, but it's like, I couldn't just kind of live my life in that fear, you know what I'm saying? Just, you know, not out here just still doing what I need to do, you know what I'm saying? Make sure I survive. I think, what's today's date? It's June something, nigga. I don't know. See, like little shit like that is fucking up the dates. You don't really know what day is what.
It's the 14th.
Yeah, so it's the 14th right now. So you know they about to hit us with a second wave and shit. You know, had all these protests out there, all these people neck to neck. So they gonna try to do that shit, and I think all that shit gonna lead to what they trying to do with the contact tracing and just trying to get niggas whether it's chipped up or vaccinated. And I just think even right now you just see a lot of wars and what I call white people fighting white people. You know, you got the people that swear they the good white people fighting against the other people that's trying to control, and you know, I'm just sitting back, just, you know, staying out that shit, because I ain't my war right now.
The Black Lives Matter.
See, I could go a bunch of ways with this. Like, when we say Black Lives Matter, like, you know, as far as like, if we just talking about our people, it's like, yeah, like, you know, I always been supportive of that shit. It's like, if you listen to my music and just the shit that I stood for, you know, anybody that know me, had conversations with me, like I do shit for my people. It's like, I seen shit like, I was floating around, it was like DMV top black photographers, and I kind of laughed because I was like, bruh, I don't even know white photographers. You know what I'm saying? It's just like a lot of black-owned lists and shit going around, and I'm just like, bruh, I don't even, no disrespect to nobody. It's just like, bruh, that's all I ever worked with and shit. But if we talking about the movement and the organization, you know, I never really been fully in support of that shit, you know. I know even on the website, you can go to that shit right now and show you, you know, like all of the donations for years been going to Democratic, you know, political parties and campaigns and fundraisers. You know, they don't really do shit for the community. All they do is kind of profit off of these deaths. That's why they keep pushing and pop up every time another nigga did, you know. And I don't really think, I think the movement is kind of counterproductive. That's just in my opinion. I feel like there's actual activists and actual people that's out here doing the groundwork and been doing the groundwork for years. It's a lot of people that spoke out against it. You know, you got a lot of documented shit like George Soros and a lot of these billionaires just kind of investing into it. And you just got to ask yourself why. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to support a movement that was just given to us. Ain't no shit that was organically built from our neighborhoods on up. So as far as the movement, you know, it's hard to rock with it. As far as just understand, I'm gonna always be for my people. I'm gonna always be with my people. And anybody that ever question that shit could really just die. Fuck them. You know what I mean? Like, so that's where I'm at. And then from a a whole different perspective, whatever you want to call it. I know that we need to get back in order. We've been out of status for a minute. You know, there's no real such thing as African American and black. You know, what is our nationality? And I leave that for people to find out. You know, whether they try to get ancient knowledge through, you know, the good brothers over here, or you know what I'm saying, or they link with a genealogist over there, whatever they feel like they gotta do. We gotta get back in order and get to our tribes, cause legally black don't mean nothing. So when we kind of shouting Black Lives Matter, it's kind of like, what does it mean if it's already dead in law? That's why a lot of these cops kind of get off. And I'm not saying that like I'm trying to excuse the cops. It's just like we kind of playing ourselves right now and shit. You know, like a lot of these people, like you won't see like Jewish people necessarily go through a lot of the same shit, because it's like they could just call and they can get called with the chiefs and the politicians, and it's like, you know, we won't have enough representation. And I think a lot of the solutions we come in is just kind of further integrating us, you know. Talk about voting, talk about doing this, or what party we need to be doing, what president we need to. And it's like, at this point, bro, we need to really just separate, you know.
Right.
MLK told us that he felt like he led us to a burning building.
Burning building, son.
Here we is, still in the burning building, like, you know what I'm saying? So I could go on for days like that. I speak for me, I don't necessarily ever try to stand my opinions on other people. Even when I be around the people and I feel like their opinions changing because I said something, I always tell them, go look up what I said, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody gotta think for themselves, they gotta do what's best for them. I could go on for days about that shit though, but that's how I feel about just everything that's going on, from Black Lives Matters. Like, are we talking about the cause, or are we talking about the organization? You know what I'm saying? That over there though,
that big ass tent.
Yeah. Like an indoor field.
Shit, bro, I ain't even gonna lie to you. I've never been in that building in my life. I don't know what it is. Who is your musical influences coming up? And now?
Coming up, like back in the day, first album I ever listened to front to back was DMX first joint is Dark and Hell is Hot.
Oh yeah.
It kind of fleshed in my flesh because I was kind of late to that joint. I don't remember. I remember my sister kind of had them both at the same time and shit, because you know he dropped them 2 albums in 1 year.
Yeah, he was going off.
Yeah, so I used to steal my sister's CDs and shit, listen to them joints when she be on the phone all day and my mom was at work and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but as I like got more into my teenage years, I would say like I was heavily inspired by State Property. Like, especially them as a group, you know, like when they used to do a lot of shit together. Yeah. You know, Beanie Siegel, Young Guns, and Freeway. But I fuck with a lot of niggas, you know, everybody really know me. I'm a real hip hop head, but I don't mean I was always inspired by them niggas, you know. Like, right. When I was young, that's what I was inspired by. When I actually started rapping, I kind of ventured out into more shit. You know, I started studying Pac more, AZ.
AZ, like niggas be sleeping on AZ.
Yeah, like I just started going to more like, you know, like when I actually started rapping, I started getting into different artists that I didn't necessarily come up on. Right. You know what I'm saying? Started listening to more Wu-Tang. Like from 19 on up, I listened to way more artists than I did from, you know, 13 to 19 and shit. So like I said, it kind of started from there. Like I used to be like more of a punchline rapper when I started and shit. And you hear some old shit, kind of sound like I was trying to bite beans in a sense. It wasn't that, but I'm just saying, when you first start off, you kind of inspired by what your influences was. I even heard Andre 3000 speak on that shit. He was like, before Dungeon Fam, you know, he felt like a lot of this shit sounded like Q-Tip before he became Andre 3000. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that is what it is and shit.
Yeah, I learn. Everybody learn from somebody for real, bro.
Yeah.
Kobe took that shit from Mike and ran with that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. As I say, I definitely came to school with Biggie and Jay-Z. That was like my, like I said, like especially them, like as I was getting older, like not like older, like 19 and up, like I was saying, but like my teenage years, I spent a lot of time doing that shit. Ready to Die probably had to been like the 3rd album I ever listened to front to back, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I was young when I was listening to shit, like 8, you know what I'm saying? I just remember listening to them, really fucking with them, then getting like older and listening to them again. There's different times I kept going back listening to them from 13 to 15 to 19. It's just always was catching more and more shit. Like, damn. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting there repeating shit. I ain't know what the fuck them niggas was saying at the time.
Right.
You start getting older, you seeing niggas drive these whips they was talking about. You seeing niggas wear the jewelry they was talking about. You know what I'm saying? You just like, damn, yo. Especially like, you know, them teenage years, whether it's you or just your homies, you know, a lot of niggas jump out in the streets early. You just start just being exposed to a lot of that shit, man.
Right.
Good days, yo.
Hell yeah. Alright, so is there any artists, like current modern day artists, that you be rocking with? Not necessarily they influence you, but you could listen to them and catch a vibe type stuff.
Oh yeah. I mean, I listen to a lot of artists, but it's funny because I had a huge gap from like sometime the end of 2012 until like almost the top of 2015. I had my own studio. I wasn't listening to nothing no more, like, and I kind of needed that at the time. So it was like I was missing on a lot of shit, like a lot of my favorite artists at the time. But throughout the last decade, I should say, like I can't really name too many new artists.
Right.
But I guess the last decade, you know, I rock with you know, Gibbs, Cole, Crit, who I'm missing? Nipsey, J Electronica, a lot of artists like that and shit. You know, it's a lot of artists I don't fuck with either. Like I don't care to name them. You know what I'm saying? It don't necessarily be that they whack, cause I just had this conversation early. A lot of niggas I don't fuck with don't be whack at all. I just don't fuck with them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just like their music just not for me, and it's like vice versa to me. Like I know my music ain't for everybody. It's like I can't reach everybody.
Right.
You know, everybody not gonna relate to what you do and what you stand for. So but like as far as like newer artists, like I don't even really be knowing it. And sometimes it kind of be a disrespect to call niggas newer, cause you kind of like for example, niggas could say like Griselda new, but it's like them niggas probably don't feel like they knew. They been out here doing this shit for a minute. You know, I only been listening to somebody like Rock Marciano for the last couple years, but shit, he been doing this shit since 2010. I wasn't listening back then, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's a lot of niggas, it's just like, just cause they new to you don't mean that they knew.
Right.
You know, if I was to pop off next year on everybody's platform, niggas will call me new.
Right.
But everybody that watch my come up, they be like, hell no, Burna been around for ages and shit.
Yeah.
So it's just like, it is what it is. I try to just stay away from that new shit. Then, like I said earlier, we in that age where everybody want to lie to make it seem like look cool, and just make it sound better. Like, oh yeah, I only been doing this 6 months. I only been doing it a year. But you know, that don't, for me personally, that don't make me fuck with you tougher and shit. You know? I want to fuck with the motherfuckers. I know that's just been in there putting in the grind. Had to go through all these ups and downs where they almost really had to put that shit down and just keep going.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That say a lot about that person than the nigga that just hopped on it because his friends did that shit. And now he put out a dumbass record and that shit blew up. Usually a lot of them niggas fall off real quick too.
Yeah.
They never really loved that shit. Alright, so as far as like the rise and shit, I think it will solve some shit, but like like I said, I just think we kind of like in a sleep society. It's like everything kind of don't happen for, you know, everything ain't coincidental. You know, everything happens for a reason.
Right.
So like even when I see like, oh, all these laws is finally passed now, it's just like, man, nah, like people feeling that force. Like they feel niggas waking up trying to break up, you know, trying to claim nationality, shit I was speaking, you know, and just trying to protect their money, you know, because the black dollar is so strong.
Very strong.
So I think that it will lead to certain shit, but I also think it's just like distractions when they pass certain shit. It's like they so quick to adjust this and not really to
muzzle everybody.
Like,
just like, all right, y'all, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it's like they pull the knife out your bag, but they still leave the wound open and shit. So it's just like knowing the election coming up and knowing these Democrats trying to get back in office, it's just like I don't really pay too much attention to none of that shit, you know. You know, I'm not on the. I know people be like all these riders and looters, thugs, and this and that. I don't even be giving two fucks about it, because I know damn near 90% of that shit is fucking federal agents anyway.
Right.
It's fucking paid actors, you know what I'm saying? Like, You go look these motherfuckers up. It's probably the same niggas that was at Ferguson, probably the same niggas that was in Baltimore when that Freddie Gray shit happened, and just so on, bruh. It's like, it's always been like that. It's always been motherfuckers that was hired, that was paid, informants, whatever, that was just infiltrated to turn the movements into something else.
Hell yeah.
And like now we got all this technology to the point like they using all this technology to trace us, but a lot of that shit starting to backfire on them because there's so much of it. So you see people posting like, yo, who put these bricks here? You know what I'm saying? You seeing all types of shit like, you know, that's like we never used to get to see. And I think there's so much truth out there, so much, you know, people that's been out there on the front lines, it's kind of just tell you what it is. So I think people going to express themselves however they going to express. I think a lot of that shit was a built up anger. If it wasn't all this quarantine and niggas ain't been losing their jobs and all type of shit, I don't think half of this shit would even be going on right now. Niggas just bored. In my opinion, you know, it just ain't really had shit to do. They had nothing else to focus on. The news could control whatever they want to put out, so they want to broadcast these murders and broadcast certain shit that's going on. And there's other shit that's happening and shit, like, you know. It's like they kind of choose and pick and choose what they want niggas to be mad about. There's always something else going on. Like as soon as like the George Floyd shit happened and all these protests happened, I was just like, I stopped hearing about shit. I was like, what happened to the not the HR 6666 bill, you know what I'm saying? That was the they called it the Trace Act, you know, like, and they was trying to do the contact and trace, and they was trying to use the National Guard and, you know, the military to kind of use, you know, your contacts against you and try to trace and do these mandatory vaccines and shit. Niggas was talking about Hillary Clinton case. I ain't give a fuck about that shit personally. But there's always a lot of shit going on. It's like in the media, that's why Malcolm X always just like, you know, it's the most powerful entity, you know. They could make the guilty innocent, they could make the innocent guilty, you know, they could do whatever the fuck they want to. And niggas don't turn off the TV, which is, you know, the television as some old heads used to call it, or just simply the dummy box. Niggas would just sit there and just be done watching the news all day. How many people you know right now that just literally sit there and watch CNN all day? You know what I'm saying? Sit there and follow these pages all day and like don't read nothing for themselves. Read headlines, you know what I'm saying? Listen to reporters. Like these niggas probably ain't no smarter than you just because they went to whatever university. Probably lack all types of common sense.
Right.
So I just feel like all this shit is a distraction, but I'm with people expressing themselves. And, you know, they feel like they need to go out there and protest and they want their voices to be heard, and go do that shit. You know, I'm not really with the people that make it about them. You know, when I feel like when you going out there and you start standing on stop signs and you start doing shit in the middle of crowds and, you know what I'm saying? You
taking away from the whole...
like if I was at a protest and somebody took a picture of me, I like the picture. I'm not reposting that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not there to make a movement about me.
Right.
And I just feel like it's a lot of that shit, you know what I'm saying? I mean, videos you seen in the last week, that's the same fucking videos. It's somebody, whatever city they at, they protesting, they trying to get their little bars off about shit, you know what I'm saying? Just, I literally seen the same music video like 30 times in the last week. You know what I mean? Like, just saw local artists, bigger artists. It's like everybody just doing the same shit. And then once all this shit open back up, everybody gonna be back to their normal life, bro. Nobody give a fuck. You got people that's, you know, trying to beg people to speak, trying to beg people to unite with them. And all that shit cornering me, because the main people saying that shit, they been silent for 10 years. So now you wanna know what the fuck somebody else doing and shit. Nigga, you been quiet this whole fucking time.
Yeah.
This shit been going on since before your mother and father was thought about. You know what I'm saying? Like, we been living in this shit. And if I ain't learned nothing else throughout this quarantine and just like these last set of protests, I realized like people just kind of grew up with life fucked up. Like, life is dangerous itself, and I always knew that shit. I don't give a fuck if I'm in my neighborhood. I don't give a fuck if I'm on an island somewhere. I don't give a fuck if I'm at the beach. I don't give a fuck if I'm around 300 police. Life is dangerous in general. At any moment, you could be able to go. Not saying you're supposed to live your life in fear. I'm definitely not insinuating that shit, but you should always be on some type of alert. You know what I'm saying? I'm chilling right now, and these people walking past, but if some of these niggas try to sneak up, I'm ready. I could just react right now and shit. I live my life in alert. You know what I'm saying? Some people call it noise, some people call it whatever the fuck, but I just realized, like, people just realize, like, life ain't dangerous in general. I'm saying little black kids and shit crying on lines. It's like, I could die from the color of my skin. And it's just like, bruh, I just don't like that style of parenting. Like, be all the way real with them. Yo, they could die from anything. You know what I'm saying? They could die from a motherfucking car crash. Yeah, they could die from the police. They could die from being outside hopscotching and fucking straight bullet come out. You know what I'm saying? Life is dangerous. Life will always be dangerous. You know what I'm saying? And then people just saying shit like, you know, police, they supposed to protect and serve. Yeah, the Constitution. They laws. Not us. It sound nice. It sound like a nice fairy tale. You know what I'm saying? It sound like some shit to write a book about. A nice cartoon. But believe in that, like, believe in Santa Claus, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they got other entities and other establishments and shit. Them niggas out there to meet quotas. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas out there to keep prison populations full. They not out there for us. And I'm not saying none of them ain't out there for us. I think all of us been helped by a cop before. All of us been helped by a medical assistant before, by a fireman before. But just to say that's the overall mission for all of them, nah. A lot of them niggas know exactly what they signed up for. And that shit was to wreak havoc, bruh, on people. A lot of motherfuckers was losers growing up, ain't had shit growing up. It's fucking no names, unpopular, whatever you want.
Alright, so as far as the music and the movement of your music, what's your ultimate goal for the music?
Really just to keep doing what we've been doing, you know, just keep inspiring people. You know, I got a lot of younger people that look up to me surprisingly. And I say surprisingly just because of the type of shit I'm doing. You know, like, I don't really make shit for kids, but you know what I'm saying? The kids that do know me, you know, they really appreciate what I'm doing and shit. I just kind of just keep inspiring and shit, just letting them know, like, you know, you gotta do more to just get to where you want, you know? Like, whether they trying to be student athletes and shit, you know, that sacrifice word big right now. Like, you know, I'm telling a couple young niggas I know, like, all right, there's quarantine shit right now, going on right now. A lot of basketball courts ain't open, but that don't mean you can't be outside jump rope and everything.
Right.
That don't mean you can't be running steps and, you know, doing your jogging and your push-ups and your pull-ups and shit. Just kind of, you know, just tell people to keep going.
Right.
The easiest thing I could have ever did was stop rapping and just moved on to more shit that would have made me more money.
Right.
But by me still doing that, it's still inspiring to other people because it just shows, like, yo, he ain't never give up, you know? Same thing with, like, some of these hoopers I came up with that's, like, probably still playing overseas and shit or semi-pro. It's like they could have, the easiest thing they could have did was just quit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But just to see that they still get up and go to work every day, you know what I'm saying? Just kind of inspiring people. We came up in the air. I remember, like, people wasn't even trying to go to college and play ball if it wasn't D1.
Right.
And, like, that was just such a counterproductive mindset. It's like, you ain't gonna take this D2 scholarship, you ain't gonna take this D3 scholarship. But now, like, shit done kind of changed, you know. You see people paying just to go to G League tryouts and just making teams like that. What you do, if you really, really love that shit, you just gotta keep going. So ultimately, that's just my motivation, what I just see going for the next 5 years, just to keep inspiring. You know, it's like, if I never really get to where I want to get to, and I kind of just help other people get there, and I still did my job. So I'm just always conscious of the message I put out there, just conscious of my actions, and just how I reach out and just show love to people, you know what I'm saying? Like, I show love to people I don't really talk to in a minute. I show love to people I don't really know like that. I don't just show love to anybody. It's like, it take a lot for me to like some shit, but I shout out people. I don't be looking for nothing in return. I think that's a big thing too. You know, a lot of people always expect something from return, and you can't. You know, you just gotta do what's genuine, what you feel good is in your heart. Inspiring people, yo, just do what they want to do. You know, cause just to bring up one last point on that, it's also a lot of people that ain't doing what they want to do, especially kids. You know what I'm saying? They doing shit cause their parents want them to do that shit. And it's like, all right, you gonna be 18 soon, you gonna be 19 soon. You know, just try to tell them. But I still early, like, yo, just do what you want to do. gives a fuck if niggas laugh at you or they think that shit funny or niggas don't do that shit. Never know, bro. Nigga might wanna make umbrellas and shit, but he think the hood one gonna laugh at him and shit. Like, oh, this umbrella making ass nigga and shit. Hey, go make them umbrellas, nigga.
Yeah.
It's gonna rain every year, you know what I mean?
Facts. So, what's your thoughts on like the DMV music scene, bro?
I'm still kind of old school. Like when I say that, when I first was coming up and we was rapping and shit. Well, when I first was rapping, nobody wasn't talking about DMV at all. Let's just put that out there.
Yeah,
no
facts.
DMV. Then when DMV first came out, that shit didn't apply to us. You know what I'm saying? Like where I'm from in Anne Arundel County, it was like that shit was real specific. We was talking about PG, we was talking about Moco, we was talking about Northern Virginia, we was talking about DC. We wasn't talking about Baltimore, we wasn't talking about Richmond, we wasn't talking about whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
But like now, I don't even know what the DMV is and shit. Like when, you know, cause like not necessarily Richmond niggas, but you'll see Baltimore niggas say DMV.
Right.
You'll see niggas on the Eastern Shore talk about DMV and shit. It's like, niggas got cross bridges to get out there. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. I think it's good unity. I think it brings people together. I travel a lot out of state. That's not necessarily out the country yet, but when I travel out the state, you know, a lot of them combine that shit together. They don't know. So they think all of that shit together.
Right.
They think you could be at the most southern point of Virginia, the most northern point of Maryland, which is probably like 5-6 hours away, and they gonna connect all that shit together. I mean, but then it makes sense, you know, it take about 12 hours to get through Texas and about 15 hours to get through Cali. Yeah. So it do kind of make sense in the sense that you got a little 6-hour span maybe, and you kind of unite the shit, but as a native here, you know all of that shit is separate. But when it comes to the music, I support it. I support a lot of local artists. I don't really care where they from or what they do. It's just like, if it's quality and it's original, I fuck with them. But as far as hip-hop, DMV and outside DMV, I think hip-hop kind of need to be segregated. I'm always going to stand alone on that opinion. Once again, I don't say shit to try to make other niggas agree with me. This is me speaking from my heart. When I say segregated, it's just like, it's obvious at this point. If it never was obvious, it's two different, if not way more different kind of raps and shit. And you got niggas that's more traditional and that really rap. And you got the niggas that's kind of just on some new shit and all that shit cool. It's billions of people out here to reach everybody. Right. But it's like, all these niggas shouldn't be competing for the same awards. All these niggas shouldn't be competing for the same radio spots, for the same magazine covers, and so on, the same playlists and shit. And I just think like the lack of segregation that should be there. When I say segregation, I don't mean like literally like niggas not uniting. I'm just saying like it need to be a way to celebrate. Yeah, to celebrate what everybody's doing different. So many rap niggas I see, it's like, them niggas don't even be wanting to name certain new niggas, but they'll be in interviews and they feel obligated to because they don't want to look like the hater. Right. So it's like, you be like, bro, this is one of the most lyricalest niggas in the world, bro. I know you don't listen to that shit. Yeah. But you just want to say that nigga name so you don't, you know, you sound politically correct. Right. So it's just like, I just want to get past all that shit. Niggas don't feel pressure, you know what I'm saying? Niggas can shout out who they need to shout out, and I just think that's like, that's kind of like a big downfall here. And it's like, you notice like people kind of speak up on that shit every now and then. And the problem when they speak on it here is they wait too late. What I mean by wait too late, they be like, yo, well, this positive artists, y'all never want to support them. What about the IDKs? What about the Cordays? And it's like, but y'all saying that now, and these niggas been on BT Cyphers, these niggas been everywhere possible. It's like, you just as late. Like, you can't name me 10 niggas that actually rap. And when I say rap, I ain't just talking about just like rap, just buzz. I'm just saying just the whole traditional style. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they not depending on a bunch of auto-tune 80% of their projects and shit. Right. And like, to be fair, like, I love versatility. Like I mentioned Gibbs earlier and shit. I feel like he not straight rapping and shit. Like, if you heard the Freddie joint, you heard the joint that he did with Madlib, it's like, it's two different complete type of shit, you know what I'm saying? I done collab with auto-tune artists. I done, you know what I'm saying? One of my closest partners I work with, you know, he on auto-tune shit a lot. My man Jiggy Slim. And it's just like, I support creativity, expression, you know what I'm saying? But when it just come to it, like I said, I just feel like if you can't really like name like 10 niggas that just rap, that's just on some traditional shit, then you part of the problem. Don't name all these niggas when they start to pop.
Right.
It's like, that's the problem. It's like, y'all don't support them when they here. Niggas gotta go move to LA to get on. Niggas gotta go move to Atlanta, New York to get on and shit. Like, that's still to this day, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't hear nobody here talk about Odyssey or Ciroc or the nigga Khan, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I could name more and more people and shit, bro. Fucking, just to go on and shit. Like, even niggas are still here and shit, bro. Like, that shit crazy, bro. Blog sites, and you see niggas showing all type of love to these niggas. You see them going overseas and getting all type of love shown. They don't get that love here.
Nah,
niggas
but
gotta wait till they own and shit.
Yeah, I mean, that shit happened with Bob Marley. You know what I'm saying? Like, they wasn't fucking with that nigga in Jamaica at first. You know what I'm saying? He had to try like go out and then come back for the love. I don't know if that shit part of a process, you know what I'm saying, or what. But I feel what you're talking about, because niggas definitely don't.
My thing is, it's like, even if you ain't showing the love, just the lack of awareness is troubling, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
You should be at least aware. Like, a lot of us been at the same venues. Like, if you've been performing in DC, like, how many real venues is there out there? You know what I'm saying? Like, there was only so many spots, only so many people that was putting together shows.
Right.
So it's just like the lack of awareness of some of these people that be making these statements and these claims. They be the promoters, they be the influencers, they be, you know what I'm saying? They can't name certain niggas and shit. And like everybody just be thinking like it's boom bap, boom bap. Like, I mean, even Cole and Kendrick, that shit not boom bap. It's traditional. It's a difference between traditional and boom bap. Boom bap to me is just literally 90s beat. It's just a boom, boom, bap, you know, boom, boom. Like, no variety to this shit, and just straight hardcore. And niggas don't even link with DJs no more, you know, scratching, so ain't nobody really on boom bap no more.
I was just talking to a DJ about that very thing, bro.
Like, ain't no boom bap no more. Like, even the more hip hop shit, the underground hip hop that's popping today, a lot of that shit is slower, darker. You know, that Alchemist, that Danger type of sound.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Rock Marcy type of sound, DJ Muggs. It's like, a lot of that shit is darker and slow. It's not the same shit that niggas was rapping to in the 90s and the 2000s. So it's like, it's a lot of rap niggas that's versatile, you know what I'm saying? Man, Royce 5'9" be on this singing shit more. You even hear Black Thought be on this singing shit more.
Yeah.
There's a lot of niggas that be on this singing shit and harmonizing shit, but it's just like, I love versatility once again, but it's just like, I feel like the craft should always just be on the rapping ability. That's what the shit was started off with,
right.
And that's what it should be. You got niggas out here winning rap awards and they ain't rapped the whole fucking CD.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just a trembling effect, you know. The kids always just gonna kind of be inspired by whoever came out in the last 5 to 10 years. And it's just like, I just want to get back to more of that, like more originality. And it's a lot of originality here, but it's not broadcast. I hate when everybody be like, all these niggas in the DMV sounding like. I hate it because, one, I know it ain't true, but I also hate it because I know exactly why they're saying that shit. Because all this shit that's being broadcast to them, or they probably come across, all sound the same. You know what I'm saying? Niggas' ears get trained and kind of programmed to listen to the same shit.
Mm-hmm.
So if this what they like for the last 5 years, it's like if nothing sound, you know, when I was coming up, man, I keep saying that shit, but it's so true. And when I was coming up, being original was the thing. You know, nowadays it's like, if you not sound alike, then you're not even standing out. It's like, being original is like kind of looked down upon. It's like now that shit looked at as like something weird. It's like, well, I gotta be weird just cause it's not what you fuck with, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Different back in the day, bro. It was like, that was like the #1 rule in hip hop. Like, you can't be like the next man. Niggas will call you out. Niggas' careers ain't last long. All them niggas that try to sound like Rakim, all them niggas that try to be like this or try to be like that, you know what I'm saying? I like the DMV scene, but it's just a work in progress, you know what I'm saying? I just think people just kind of need to study more music, like different genres, you know? I think niggas need to just tap into their own creativity and just stop doing what they favorite artists doing and shit.
Right, tune out and then tune into themselves type shit.
Yeah, tune into themselves and tune out of just what you think you should be doing. And find out what you need to know, what you need to be doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fuck what you think. Find out what you need to know. I just think the world would be a better place. Cool nigga.